Alright, welcome back you guys. Sorry, just had to send a message there, and here we go. This is our NewBloom TA set that we're trying to crunch once again to get done in time for NewBloom. So fingers crossed we can finish on time, you guys, and knock this puppy out. So the good thing about this is that, well, I mean, kind of good and bad at the same time, but is that it doesn't require we can have special effects for the set, which is gonna save us time, but you know, it's not gonna have special effects. But that's one of the prerequisites for Valve for this year's NewBloom. They don't have the time to add all the effects with the new source coming and all that. I'm sure that's what the reason is. How many other workshop casters are there here? It's only me broadcasting here on the LiveWorkshop. But Enemy and Frosty and Abyss, they all stream on their channels as well. Every now and then you might catch them streaming some of their work. And an item that would be like a taunt. It would have to be a taunt, but if it's got any gameplay attached to your idea, then Valve, it's more than likely that Valve's not going to do it because it's going to require new code. So va a estar difícil si tienen que hacer este código en el lado de Valve. So por eso nunca agregan cosas de esas. Yeah. She has a face. Yeah, dude. Here, I'll show you the default items on her. Oh yeah. So there's her default stuff, and she always has like a mask or some shit being, you know, added on the other sets that they put up. With this like a hood with the thing, or you know, whatever. I think just like one or two of them don't have like this little cover, and they did something else for it, like huge hair or something like that. But yeah, I took it off, and we did this. Here, I'll show you guys. This is the hair item that we're doing for her. Yes, her default item has no hair at all. So there it is. That's at 500 polygons, I think. Actually, I need to duplicate that so it counts to the polygons. So there you go. I'm right at 500 polys, which is great for us. Which means we can start UV mapping this bad boy. And we have her shoulder piece, which looks like that as the default. Let me just hide that up. Whoops. So our shoulder item is actually a whole new dress for her. And I'm also adding some new eyelashes. Super long, really Chinese, really Asian eyelashes on her that you'll be able to see on her avatar. So that'll be like a little avatar view on the bottom left. That'll be really cool. And then her whole new dress here, you can see it. And we're at 566 polygons. Actually, wait, where's the other eyebrow? We're at 601 polygons. We're one polygon over our limit, so I need to delete a polygon from somewhere on the mesh, but that's alright. That shouldn't be too difficult. But here, you guys can see her whole dress that we're using to just replace the shoulder item, but we're covering her up really all the way across, so she looks really new and still looks like TA, right? That's really cool. Thank you, sir. Everything tastes better out of a horn. Tits look so not real, man. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you what's up with those tits that you are referring to. Her regular tits are actually sculpted this way. And she's got this kind of like corset bustier thing going on that has a really weird shape to begin with. So all I can really do is try and hide that as best as possible. I mean, there's no way for me to really go inside of like making it smaller, because then her underneath default mesh starts showing through, and I can't edit that. There's no way for me to edit that. Otherwise, dude, I would. So the next best thing I can do is cover it up, make a new design out of it, and try and make it look as good as possible. I really don't want to reshape her boobs completely, because then they would just get fucking massive, and they already look kind of big, right? So best thing we can do, man, like I said, is covering them up. Cover up that weird armor thing that she's got on, make it into a dress, put a really nice metallic-y, shiny kind of fabric going on there, and make it look really Chinese and really cool. Hey, what's up, Super? Thank you for the follow. Okay, so that was the shoulder piece right there, and then her armor piece show you guys that. Hide all her other stuff. Oh wait, what? That's nothing. There we go. So her default stuff. Oh, she's missing her legs. Where are her legs? That's her body. Okay, so yeah, she's got pants on for her default. I was like, that looks kind of weird, but yeah, she's got pants on. So that's actually one of our design things that we're doing to make her look really, really unique. Is we're taking off her pants and we're having her with bare legs, and yes, and we're leaving little short shorts on her. So you know, for you guys that are gonna be looking up her hoo-ha, she's gonna be covered up. Don't worry about that. So yeah, so there's the default, right? And her armor pieces are. Damn it, I can't select them. Grab them real quick. So there, that's her her armor items. So we're gonna loose all those guys together. Let me. Bucks. Okay, there we go. And what we did was add her bare legs and this sleeve with braces on her left arm, and we did this long cloth piece that is variation and goes with the extra bones that she's got on her wrist there that have that secondary animation going on her cloth already in game. So we're gonna double up on that and also add the brace and this leaf going all the way to the top and keeping her bare shoulders, which look really feminine and sexy. So yeah, bare legs, Chinese dress, bracers, dual bracers that kind of echoed the design on her super long braid on her hair as well, with a bun, some chopsticks, and some loose strands that fell off of her huge bun that's going on there. And these guys will have secondary animation as well, so all of that will be moving about really, really smoothly, and I think it'll be super, super unique TA set that you guys haven't seen before. So that's what's going down for her. Hey, Chemical, yeah, what's up, girl? Thank you so much. It's our actually it's the first female set that we're designed for Dota. So yeah, we're going super feminine and really unique, really something that pulls away from all the other stuff that people have seen for TA. So thank you and welcome. Hey Silent, thank you for that follow, man. And thank you for those comments, Super Moo Cow. I think I've seen you before, man. No, I kind of recognize the Super Moo Cow name. No, was it a different Moo Cow that I saw before? Backstar, hey man, thank you for hosting us, man. I appreciate that. Oh, the Juggernaut set. So Chemical, we're actually gonna try and put that into a LiveWorkshop chest that we're working towards to push out in the next few months. Maybe 2 to 3 months. We'll finish one more set and we'll put in a full 5 set for LiveWorkshop out there, and we'll include that Juggernaut. So yeah, I didn't want to just rehash and throw that Juggernaut in here because he's really more like that horse kind of feel to him. Wouldn't fit too much with the whole Year of the Ram that's going on this year. So I mean, we could just make like a new mask and turn it into like a ram design for it. But yeah, we'll keep that guy for like the LiveWorkshop chest, and we're gonna push out this Templar assassin for the new Year of the Ram. And yeah, we'll have some ram elements on the bracers and a little bit of the pattern on the shiny part of the dress, like, you know, that silvery kind of design on black fabric. I think that will look really nice at the game. No involved that want something on the shoulders? Nah, man, they'll be okay, man. This is gonna be really unique. I think they'll be cool with it. Fairly certain that they'll be cool. So I mean, already we have like even the low poly stuff has some nice curves going for the cloth. So this stuff is just gonna be super easy to do in ZBrush once we bring it on there as a mid poly version. All the ZBrush for this should be fairly easy. The hair, I think we're gonna take a little bit care in that and make it super stylized and very nice and sharp like we did for our set here. I have a better image for this guy somewhere where you guys can actually see more of the ZBrush for the hair, for his beard and his hair. So yeah, something like that that really stands out and it's really nice and clean. A little bit more, whoops, stylized, sharp. Brings out normal maps and the speculars all the way through. Let me clean this up. Not at 0, 0. There we go. That off. Yeah, chemical. I mean, yeah, and me and Val, the artist that I worked on that set for, we like killed ourselves for 2 weeks trying to finish that set, but we were just late on submitting it. And then it was gonna be part of the release. Hey guys, thanks for those follows. It's gonna be part of the release for the China Dota 2, like full like announced release, and then they've been postponing it for like almost a year now, literally. So I said, you know what, guys, I'm gonna have to pull this out, and we're gonna submit it as like part of a LiveWorkshop chest. And you know, when you guys are ready to submit fully for the new year, for the full Chinese Dota, you know, official release, we'll do something new for you guys then. And they're like, yeah, you know, we totally understand, we're sorry, and yeah, we'll let you know. That's what's gonna happen with that stuff. Hey, thank you, Taslim. Hey, Tacos Lair, thank you, man. Hope it does, man. Hope it does. You don't use mixed sets? Yeah, see, I don't like to mix too many sets either. Unless there's one item that really works, you know. And actually, that's something that we took into account when we were making the bundles for Starlighter Season 12. We made sure that, actually it was Enemy's idea, to do a helmet instead of a weapon, because, you know, the Arcana was coming out. And we realized that the Arcana was going to be the weapon slot for her, because her weapon is like one of her best pieces, right? So we did the helmet for the bundle for Phantom Assassin, and also we replaced her daggers, and they all have new effects on them. So you can still use your Arcana set for PA along with our helmet, which is going to look really, really cool because the braid is so freaking long and it leaves a blood trail, and it works really great. We tried it out. Roll Warlord. Yeah, I don't think he's released yet. Maybe Chemical knows actually, but I can't right off the top of my head. I want to say he's not released yet, but yeah, I think he needs some cool sets to really bring him out. He's probably one of my least favorite designed heroes. I mean, not all of them can be your favorite, right? So he's probably one of my least favorite designs as a Dota hero. But yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to turn him into something cool, you know, as a personal taste, by making a new set for him, maybe. I don't know. No, we can't do any special particle effects for anything for NewBloom, so it's just gonna have all the new hair stuff that we're doing. Hey Hayes, welcome to LiveWorkshop, dude. Yeah, dude, awesome. Thank you, Sabrin. All right, let's get rid of that one polygon that is kind of killing us on this thing. So let's see where we can kill that one polygon. And when we're doing this guy, whoops, that's a loot turret. Put it back in zeros. When I covered up her torso, I have to make sure that these vertices actually follow the vertices underneath as close as possible, so that when we rig it and she moves around and twists and all the deformation happens on both the models, our item and on the model underneath, because this is there. It doesn't get this like hidden or taken away or anything. We have to make sure that the rigging is an easy enough process for Abyss RTA, so that the underneath model doesn't show up through, or it kind of overlays over top on some of the twisting or flexing animations for her. So you'll see a lot of these vertices actually line up fairly close to the ones underneath. You guys can see this vertices here line up with this guy right there. You know, all throughout they kind of line up, so we avoid any of the underneath mesh poking through the model. I mean, you'll see it happening a little bit here, but that's just because of the sea fighting instead of soft image, but don't worry about that. Won't happen in game. Yeah, a Night Stalker set would be awesome. I know Nuxie worked on one for a professional player a long time ago, but it's still not available in the workshop. But yeah, when it's available, man, I want to make one too. Yep. Alright, one polygon. Let's get rid of that bad boy. And check where the vertices lie underneath the mesh. There's a couple here, but I really don't think that those two guys there move all that much inside of Dota. So I'm just gonna kill that one polygon, and we're gonna be in polygon limit now with that. That out of the way. And maybe fix up some of these edge loops a little bit. Make them flow a little bit nicer. Maybe push some of this loop all across. It'd be nice to have an edge right. I can get away with it. Nicer little formation going across, but that means we gotta delete verts elsewhere. But that's okay. Got our best shot. Second here. But we don't actually. Actually like how that flares out. We can even make it. What's that? I'll flare that out a bit more. Make it count. And this guy maybe we bring in. And we'll loop it this way and make that edge loop you see right here kind of follow through a lot nicer. Make it more distinctive that way. Maybe we don't need all these guys here. What did you make there? Kill those polygons. We're trying, man. We're trying. Hey, the mix. Thanks, dude. This Zeus model needs to be changed. You think the hero is awful and movement-wise, it's terrible. I think they're gonna remodel it, man. It's probably one of the first models they did back in the day when they started working on Dota. So I'm fairly sure they're gonna update it. I hear you, man. I hear you. Give him some time. Some Volvo time. Alright, let's see. Where's that polygon we're trying to kill here? Make sure I don't move in the guys that are actually keeping some of the volumes intact. So, oh yeah, for those guys that are wondering, yeah, there's black texture from our default model on there. Oh, I can't select that, but yeah, that's black, man. One polygon. Actually, it's gonna be like more like 3 polygons now, isn't it? Oh wait, the eyebrows. We have the eyebrows here. The hair. The hair. Oh wait, still at 601? What? Alright, we'll take it. I must have merged something else somewhere. Some of these guys up. All about that edge flow, man. Guys line up. Pretty. All the different angles. We're not looking up her skirt, we're looking at these lines. Hey, well, thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome. Oh shit, I grabbed another bird somewhere else. A little smoother, actually. Yeah. Extra polygon. Where are you? I also did some polygons up here by the neck that hide when you see it up close. So maybe for the in-game we don't need all these guys there. Maybe we can kill one of these polygons. And then when you close in for the avatar for to 0, we can put them back so you don't see through the mesh. See like this little polygon back here? Probably won't notice it from back here, but the reason I have it there is because you can see a little bit of the metal there from her regular like model. And it might shine a little bit, so I was trying to block that inside of her cleavage there. So, we can maybe delete something up. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. It's kind of tricky section there. Fuck with it too much. Maybe somewhere from the skirt is a wiser direction to go in. Mark this. Not that way. Not bad. Flatter area. really well all the way across. And it does. We give this guy enough of a volume so when we're in ZBrush, we have all that stuff pretty much ironed out. We just have to kind of smooth it out and add a couple of more tension points for the cloth when we're sculpting that stuff out. So that kind of closes in. So one thing that we can do as well for LOD 0, because we have twice the amount of polygons as you guys can see right there, 1,350 polygons for the LOD 0, the one that you see up close and the one you see in the avatar, and 600 polygons in game, the one you see when you're zoomed out. So for the LOD 0, when you zoom in, the little cinematic little button there in game, you zoom in and you can rotate around the model. We can use all those polygons to give the skirt a backside, so that you don't see straight through like you would in a regular view. But see, regular view, you're always going to be from the top. You will rarely see it from this view, but when you zoom in, you rotate around there just to check her out and see up her skirt, you will actually have a backside to the skirt. So that's what we're going to use that LOD 0 for in this case. Usually it's just for the avatar and to add some polygons to like round places or spheres or cylinders, things like that. Does the dress flow when she moves? Yes, we're gonna make it flow, and we're gonna make her huge ass ponytail flow as well. And this little ponytail flow, or the little piece that fell out from her bun, and this other little piece that fell from her bun will make it flow as well. And maybe, just maybe, we'll try to do a little bit of something with those long sideburns that we have going on. Lots of loose hair going on because she's got such a large ponytail. So yeah, that's going to be one of the selling factors, besides the fact that she looks so different from all the other TA sets that are out there. So that was our focus for the design for this guy. Raphael, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? Welcome. Good to have you back, bud. Oh, this horn is amazing. It holds so much fucking liquor. Hoorah. Song name? Let me hook you up with that, man. I don't know if I had. This is Asphyxia by Monster Cat. There you go. So one of the things that I was playing around with this girl, I was trying to put the two bracers, like even having this brace on the left side as well. And I was also trying to put like the cloth on both sides to look extra Chinese, kind of like fully dressed. But you know, like there's limits to the things that we can do on the poly count. So I had to design this in a way that worked the best. It echoed some of the designs, like the dual braces running down, and also the femininity that we wanted to push across the model. Some of those things, including modeling legs on top of her model so that we show her legs, because the default model has pants on, so you see a lot more skin on this model, and also kind of emphasizing her long neck at the same time by showcasing the long cut open on her cleavage, and also kind of like pulling her dress and that collar all the way up almost to her jawline, so that emphasizes the long neck and makes it look even more feminine. And also, of course, you know, showing her face is a big thing, because usually half covered with that little ninja mask that she's got on. Yeah, the pulled back ponytail and the hair is really unique as well. And these big ass chopsticks that you can see from a distance are pretty cool. We'll have to play around with the size of those. They might be a little too thin for in-game. We want to make sure that they're fairly visible and that they don't pixelate with the if you have like low anti-aliasing, right? So we don't want those pixels to dance around from far away. So maybe we kind of like jump in here and like scale that end out a little bit and this end a little bit, just so they're a little bit thicker, right? So I'll just do it right now, just a little bit, because I know they're going to be just a little tad on the skinny side, and there. That might be a little bit better, but yeah, something we'll have to play around with when we rig it and test it inside of the game. And at that point, you know, we can just scale those vertices right back up. It's fully rigged, you know, these guys are not really going to be moving, so it'll be super easy to edit that stuff if we need to. Wow, how do you say your name? Chelios, I want to say. Those lines on the outside are probably different. Yeah, I see you just changed your name, right? That's you, Chelios? Okay. Capitalized it and everything. Welcome, dude. What's up? Every channel today's playing Monster Cat? Hey, man, they do good shit. And YouTube doesn't slap you around for having that shit on your videos. Good stuff, right? Devil's Deadly Weapon. Is what we should call this. The Devil's Deadly Weapon. So, I don't know, man. I feel like we need to go more in an Asian route with the name. Explain yourself. Hey, Evergirl, welcome back. Long time. How are you? Hear that? Front door? Crazy Corey, thank you for the follow, man. Arrow Senpai. Alright, let's do a quick check on our poly count. So I'm going to duplicate that just so we can see, make sure that we're in the limit. Because it doesn't take into account our mirror side that we've set up in Softimage. Let's see here. Let's grab those little sideburns, and we're at 500. Perfect. Okay, let's check, make sure that polygon is gone from our torso. We're going to select all our torso items, which actually include our eyebrows, because we cannot fit them into our head item. And that's okay, because they won't really clash with anything else that people do for the head, you know. So when you make items that might eat up into a different section of the model, make sure that they're nowhere near things that might gonna clip. And the eyeballs, nothing's gonna clip really, so we're in a safe spot right there. And we're at 599 polygons, which is perfect. And then we have our armor item, which includes this guys, this sleeve with those braces, the long sleeve that has bones already inside the game for the physics animation. And we also have our legs. So we're at 499 polygons out of 500. And what did we say this was? 600? Yeah, okay. So it looks like we are exactly where we need to be for poly count design-wise, and pretty happy with this. I think this will work. And we can start UV mapping this bad boy. Bad girl. Hey, yeah, throw any ideas out, guys. We'll listen to anything. Something's gotta stick. Doing well, Manny. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well. Minecraft. Judas. How dare you? Yay, mapping. Don't worry, man, we're fairly fast with UV, so let's just punch right through it. And her UV space for all her items are 256 by 256 for the helmet, the hair. The shoulder is 256 by 512, which is awesome. That'll give us resolution to do a really nice detailed fabric that is going to be shiny with the specular map all across that on the black fabric, so a little bit of a silver shining through. Maybe gold to go with the bracers. I don't know. That's something we'll have to test, and it's super easy to change later on. And then we have a 256 by 256 for the bracers. So something we can do for the bracers is mirror. Here, I'll show you guys what we're gonna mirror. We can mirror this from left to right, so that will save us space. Hey, Polyrhythm, welcome in, dude. The bracers from this biceps from left to right, and the rest of it can be unique UVs, including this part of the sleeve, the big ass leaf on the right side, her right arm, and this single bracer on the left hand. So we can do some cool little RAM designs. So we attach this set into the Year of the RAM event that's going on with NewBloom, and that's the whole idea behind it, right? Still hoping to come to the international. Oh, awesome! Yeah, can't wait for the international, man. What is it? July into August. Freaky time, man. Shit going on. Can't wait to see this in ZBrush. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna look this at in ZBrush. It's gonna be easy. We have a lot of experience with the cloth and bracers. We just did bracers and hair for our Necrophos set, so that stuff we have a pretty good style now nailed down for it. Balance of the black rose because of her black dress. And Rose, which is all pink. Alright, I hear you. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. While we're UV mapping, you know, some of the shapes get lost and people joining in are gonna be like, what the fuck is that working on? We're gonna duplicate all this stuff and throw it onto the right side so people know the design of the set, since we don't really have like a concept or anything like that. So I'm gonna grab all these guys. Minus the mirrored stuff. Oh shit. Duplicate it. Freeze it. Freeze it. And we're gonna throw it over here. Whoops. We're gonna pull this guy out of the mirror mode. We have to mirror that one more time. There we go. Oh, fudge. And we gotta mirror the hair too, because the two mirror sections we're messing with. Okay, there we go. Those guys we can freeze, not that guy. Oh. We can set all these guys to unselectable one more time. So anything we work on is just the stuff that the items and not the mirror stuff as well. So there you go. We're able to see on the left side our actual mesh and design. On the right side, we're gonna have our checker map that we're gonna be applying to this as we unwrap it, which means we apply kind of like a shrink wrap. If you're unfamiliar to the whole modeling process inside of digital art games, is we kind of unfold the shrink wrapped model into a flat space so that we can bake onto it from a high definition, you know, fake all the detail that we do high polygon sculpting on, bake it onto the low poly, and also be able to texture on a flat 2D image out of a painting program. So that's how it works in a nutshell. Hey Morphin, you love ponytails. Alright, well, that's good, man. This is like the longest ponytail ever. It's even longer than the blood braid that we did for our Phantom Assassin, I think. Well, that's kind of neat. There's already a set called the Deadly. Oh man, everything's, there's so many names that they reused. It's alright. The Devil's Deadly Weapon. So she's the weapon? Is that what you're getting at? The Alluring Nightshade. Sure about alluring, but Nightshade's not bad. Something with a lotus. Oh, yeah, that's very Chinese. You guys are getting into something here. Nightshade Lotus. What about something? Well, it's kind of weird because we, you know, making something ram, or you know, you're the ram, you're the goat, oriented, and then kind of attach that into Chinese, or making it feminine or sexy at the same time. Kind of tricky. So yeah, I don't know if we can like infuse the ram name in there anywhere, but yeah, Nightshade and what was the other thing? Lotus. Are very Asian, very Chinese kind of thing. Like that. The names are so cliche. Alright, Kitty, what do you got? The Black Lotus? That'd be cool for a loading screen if we have time to do one. Maybe we submit that later. Yeah, I actually clicked it open, I just didn't bring it into this. See the Black Lotus on there. Kinda neat. Alright, let's start unwrapping this stuff. So everything is gonna be a square texture except the shoulder, which is gonna be rectangular texture. So for the helmet and the shoulders, or sorry, the armor and the helmet is gonna be square checker maps. I have set up right here as 256 by 256. And then I have this texture that is 256 by 128. So I'm actually gonna need a different texture so we get the right ratio of the size of the checker map. Otherwise the squares are not gonna be equal. So let me jump into my exercise folder here and have all these guys set up. Hey, Sergeant Dowson, what's up, buddy? Let's see. 512 by 256. Do I have one of those? Fuck. I don't even have one of those. Alright, we'll worry about that later. I'm gonna spend time doing that right now. You guys don't want to see that shit. So let's just unwrap both of these guys, I guess separate from one another. We can have the seam right across there. Perhaps we'll put some wrinkles and we're trying to hide it a little bit. Then we bring it into 3D code and we hide the seam perfectly. So let's throw the square texture, actually no, the rectangular texture on this thing. And whoa, okay, so it's kind of like already unwrapped because we grabbed, we started from the actual model, so we could keep the polygons covering her breast area close as possible, or boobies, as Pink Ninjas exclaims. So yeah, I'm gonna delete those UVs because we don't want them. Actually, let's use this shit first. And oh my god. Delete those guys. Apply that. Okay, so next thing we do when we unwrap, we're gonna select the open edges where we want the seams to appear. So for this girl here, it's kind of tricky because we don't really want seams running down the side. That's usually where I would place a seam, running up her side, because that's where t-shirts and dresses usually have it. But for her, I imagine her seam line for her neck will be right across there and across the back up here. So that when we unwrap, we have this whole side over here separate. Let me just unhide all that stuff over there. And we'll continue the seam running right down the middle of her little dress and corset, whatchamacallit, right across there. So I think that'll work. And then what I like to do is add some seam lines so that if I try to unwrap this piece right here, just as is, without these little cuts here, it'll try and keep everything as undistorted as possible with it when it unwraps it. So if you don't add these little tension breakers, like I'm doing right here for these corners, it means that this part will be detached in the UVs, which is okay because we can join them afterwards. But by doing that, it knows that, you know, this guys won't have to be pulled together to try and make them undistorted. So it keeps the important sections all the way over here, you know, like the breast area and the stomach. It keeps them undistorted and just adds the distortion to these sections where I'm adding these little cuts, like you see me doing right over here. And maybe that guy, maybe not this guy. So yeah, little tension breaker is what I call them. I always name them something. Yeah, we're gonna cut all these guys up. This whole inside will be separate. We'll put it somewhere else. It's gonna be really dark because I mean it's next to her neck. It's basically just so you can't see through. So that's why we're gonna have that separately. You can see the line going all the way across from it. Tension line there. So unwrap is really nice and easy. And we're gonna need more tension lines, I think, over here, here, and here. This the breast is gonna have some issues, but that's okay. Maybe yeah. Got a tension line here and there. For this parts. This part doesn't distort crazy amount, and this stays a little bit more together. Thinking of trades for Ramsay or goats. Nimble edge no. Nimble black is for PS, I know. The nimble black Lotus. Or Nightshade. What's that? Lotus of the Black Knight? Like nighttime? Yeah, something to go with the black dress, like Nightshade, nighttime. It's really good too. Force of the Alluring Lotus. I don't like the word alluring. I'm gonna veto that one. Set name. Senpai. Hey, Taco Slayer. Holy shit, really? You just followed us now? Dude, you've been here like for, I think, 3 hours. You made us work for that fucking follow, man. Holy shit. Yeah, the edges that I'm cutting right now are the edges where the UV unfold is gonna cut up for us, and the ones that you see, the little cuts that I do is to release some tension from the unwrap, so we get really nice, clean, undistorted sections on the really important parts. There you go. Blooming Nightshade of the Lotus. Oh, look at you throwing in the bloom word in there. Nice. Secrets of the Nightshade. A little simpler. All right, let's unwrap this real quick. At the cut line, unfold, bam. So when you have a square or rectangular texture, I should say, it kind of stretches it across 50%. So what we need to do is pull it back another 50%. I'm gonna scale this up so I can see my little cubes a little easier here. Make sure that everything is as square as possible. That looks pretty good. We're gonna scale this right back down. Oops. Okay, so then we're gonna select this by islands. And what I like to do is actually set this up in a way that is actually makes sense in my head. So we can see the back there, attaches right around there. We might be able to join that in the end, I don't know, depends how much we can fit into the texture. And here we have the neck piece, and here we have the inside of the neck piece, which can go anywhere. This is going to be super dark, so we don't really care about this guy. You can even be smaller on the UV side of things, because you don't need a low resolution for super dark stuff, right? We want to keep the high resolution stuff for the really important parts like her chest and her back and things like that, and less resolution as it goes lower away from the camera because we have a high angle camera inside of Dota 2. Also, something to keep in mind is the avatar view, like the face stuff. You want to keep really high resolution stuff on that. So, okay, there's our torso. And I'm gonna keep it straight for now. I won't worry about placing it just yet. I'm just gonna keep it here on the side. And we're gonna move on to, hey Palia, welcome to the stream. We're gonna move on to the skirt and make sure that this all fits together really nice. And let's not forget about the eyebrows. There's the other eyebrow here. I'm just gonna do the one on the left eye, and then we'll mirror through on the left side, and it can be mirrored. We need different texture for the eyebrows. So for that guy, we're gonna attach the same rectangular texture. Bam. There's no UVs for it, of course there isn't. We're gonna delete actually whatever piece it has on there, but first we're gonna freeze it. Okay, so now we're gonna cut it up how we want it to fall in the UV space of things. So from the top view, you never really see the bottom. From the bottom, you never really see the top. So we're gonna cut the UV right across the middle right here, and it'll be a really nice spot for us to separate this into UV space. Nothing really needs to be together for these guys. I mean, we could fold it as one piece, I guess, but then it's gonna have some kind of weird... Yeah, I mean, we don't want alphas. We want this to be really solid, so it's more stylized, and they're really visible, like super thick eyelashes, really Chinese, right? You can see from a distance, super full. You know, we don't want to cut them up with alphas or making like unique eyelashes or anything like that. So I think this is gonna work fine. This cut works really well. That looks good. Unwrap this with our unfold tool that comes stock with soft image. You can buy it from Maya if you're a Maya user. Okay, so we fucked that up. Let me go back in here and delete that. And soft image is freaking awesome because it keeps your edge line selected, unlike other programs which are like, what? You had that selected? Nah, fuck you. Okay, so we're gonna grab that and we're gonna redo that and just miss that edge line there, so try to put it together. Let's fuck that up. Got that cut line, unfold, and go back into our UV window, and there you can see them all separate up. But like I said before, it actually scales them across 50%, or doubles up their X values on the UV window, just because it doesn't realize that it's a rectangular UV window, even though it allows you to use rectangular windows. Okay, that looks pretty good. We can scale them down, throw them up here somewhere. Don't worry about them for now. And we're gonna freeze this, save our scene, and then move over to the skirt. It's all one piece already. And it's not together there, so we don't really need to add any cut lines on this unless it takes up way too much space, which, you know, it's gonna be kind of tricky, but let's check it out. Let's give it a shot. We don't really need any tension lines or anything like that. It's a really straightforward piece, and the way I modeled it, it's already kind of cut up in the right section, so give ourselves some time there. Oh yeah, it's got some sort of UVs already on it for whatever reason. We're gonna delete that and just go to our unfold, no cut lines, so we just apply that. Jump into our UV window. And like I said, make sure as soon as this happens, if you are following this stream using soft image, make sure you scale it down 50% before you rotate, or scale it down or anything like that. One thing to keep out in mind as well is when you rotate inside of this window, it kind of tries to distort it in a way that it thinks it's square. So to get to actually rotate in this same frame, you have to hold down Alt, and then you rotate. Oh, sorry, what is it? Shift? No, Shift and Alt. Yeah, you hold Shift and Alt. No, not Shift, sorry, just Alt, and then you rotate key, whatever that may be. Mine is S. So seeing it rotates without distorting it perfectly across the square U space. The repo, what's up, man? And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale it. Well, now scale it up just so we can see all the squares as best as possible. Scale it up a little bit in the X direction, and those look pretty cube-like to me. And now we can scale these so that there's the same size squares. It means it's gonna be the same resolution as the top part, which is the torso. That looked about a little smaller. Now, one thing that we can do as well is, because the skirt goes lower in resolution, or because the skirt goes away from the camera, the lower it is, because the camera is almost like a top view inside of Dota. What a good trick to keep in mind is the stuff that's lower and farther away from the camera, you give it less UV space, and in turn less resolution is being used for it inside the texture. But from the top view, it looks like it's the same resolution, right? So if you have the space and you want to use more resolution for the stuff up top, less resolution for the stuff at the bottom, you can just kind of like, you know, center this in a way that you have the top at the top or the bottom. You grab the bottom with like a soft selection of some kind. So here I'm gonna take off island mode, and I'm gonna grab this bottom vertices. And maybe not this top one actually, maybe just from the bottom here. And we're gonna mess around with how much it scales. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you the soft selection inside of your view space, but a quick little test will let you know. See, like it's moving some of the vertices a little bit. So we can just turn it up here when we right click inside of our proportional tool. It's another word for soft selection from other programs. I'll grab a few more of these. Okay, we scale this up to maybe 0.8. It kind of scales down that resolution a little bit so we can fit it to, into this square space, because I know this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Stretch that out a little bit and kill a little bit of resolution near the bottom. And if it gets too low in resolution, another trick we can do is kind of kill away the specular from the super busy designs that we're going to do, like maybe little ramps or some nice little little fabric design there that's a little shiny on the black fabric, so we'll make it shine a little bit like silver or gold or something like that. But I think this is probably the best route to go. I foresee it being a problem inside of the texture along with the torso at the same time. Let's give that a shot. Good thing about this is that we can mirror the left side to the right side. Maybe we unmirror part of the front if we need to, maybe we don't need to, you know, maybe it'll work out if it's mirrored. But yeah, let's see how this would fit on this square texture. It's a 256 by 512, so the resolution should hold up fairly okay. Oh, there's a lot of resolution on the torso right now, so something along those lines right there. Because the skirt is just so large, right? That's gonna be kind of tricky. Now, if we totally run out of space, we could do a mirror right down the middle of the cape or her little skirt there. Hey, ZXCWAR, I think it was. Welcome, dude. We could mirror the cape even though the mesh is different and we have less ZBrush detail on it towards the bottom. So there's all these little hacks you can do to make things work to get you the best resolution inside the game. Are there any chat games? What kind of chat games are you talking about, man? Chat games? Like the credits? The credits are used for raffles, man. You can buy raffle tickets with your free credits that you accumulate while watching the stream live. That's lame. Why, dude? It actually rewards loyal watchers of the LiveWorkshop for, you know, spending time with us and learning. So this free service that we provide for you guys, we're actually giving you shit away for learning. So we're come on, man. How's that lame? That is the farthest thing from lame. Bloom of the Midnight Lotus. Oh yeah, because Lotus, the flower, it blooms. Not bad. I think we're getting somewhere. Alright, man, this dress is gonna get real. We have to get clever with the UV space for this. Because we're covering like the whole torso and the skirt. We might have to lose more resolution on the bottom of the skirt, like I was saying earlier. So, the whole forest? So here, I'm just gonna place these in random places just to get an idea of the UV space that we might need to kill. Some of these sections we may, like I said, you know, like pull this guy in, distort a little bit of that section there, join it together across the seam, lose some resolution underneath the arm because you don't want to see the area underneath the arm. So take those things into consideration when you're doing your UVs, is which areas are actually visible. Not very visible, try and kind of shrink them a little bit and give room for the rest of the pieces to fit in or to give them more resolution. All those little tricks are great, no matter if you're doing Dota stuff or cinematic stuff or AAA characters. It all works out, and UVs are way more important than people think. Hey, Cedric, welcome in, dude. Or you've probably been there for a while, but you don't talk a lot in the chat. But hey, man, welcome. Yeah, man, I know. I'm not, it rolls right off my back when people are trolling or just being dicks for the sake of getting attention. But I just wanted to emphasize that that is the lamest the farthest thing away from being lame, because we're doing a free service and giving away free shit, and it's like, come on, man. Bloom of the hidden Lotus. Oh, the hidden. Kappa. Yeah, nice, man. Very nice. Hey, Grottelberry, welcome back, man. What's up, kitty? What you saying? What about money? Like, you're trying to like hire somebody? If you wanted a custom set design like that from your idea? Oh man, I don't. Yeah, freelance is really expensive, really expensive, especially if you go with somebody that has a lot of experience in the industry and has done like contract work for like big studio companies. So yeah, it can get super pricey. So I don't really do custom work or orders for fan art or from people, because it's not affordable for most people. That's why I don't even have it on the side or anything like that. Been a while just sketching. Awesome, man. What are you sketching? Can you talk about it a little bit or no? It's cool if it's secret. But I know you're working some cool shit all the time, dude. Celestial blessings. Celestial blessings. How does that refer to like Chinese or Hero of the Ram, or explain yourself? We're trying to relate the name as close as possible, because we're gonna have that along with some designs on her bracers, her metal bracers of some like ram figures and things like that. Maybe some nice horns going across. Maybe on the fabric we have some sort of like really illustrative, repetitive pattern of a ram or something like that. Or maybe a lotus. Maybe we do a lotus on the dress and rams, like really fierce rams on the bracers. That would look really cool. I'm actually falling a little bit for the Lotus name, because we can put that on the dress and then keep the ram on the brace. See? That comes up with some good shit sometimes, man. Love you guys. That works for the design and the art direction for sure.